Okay guys, welcome to this video. I'll do my best to explain as much as possible. Sorry our lesson got cancelled last week because I was sick and this week because of Easter. First of all, make sure you've handed in your redo of your research project. If it's not done within the next 2 days before the weekend, then I'm not going to grade it. Just because the lesson was cancelled doesn't mean that you shouldn't have handed it in. Now for next Tuesday, you guys need to complete the homework for lesson 2. Part of that is filling in this form, the project setup form. Now, before you do that, my advice would be that you guys first look at this lesson that I shared with you guys called Startup Scrum. I shared it with you guys on Lesson Up. So make sure that you look through it and I'll explain some things with it. The coming chapter, we're going to be working in Scrum, so we're going to be working in teams. So I don't care if you like your teams or not, you're going to have to do that and you're going to have to get over it. I've already made your teams and I've also already made meet links for each team. You're in a team with somebody that you're going to be with in school, so make sure you stick to that. Now this is a very important part of this chapter. You're going to be working in sprints, which means you're not going to have homework every week. You're going to have homework every 2 to 3 weeks. And you're going to have to finish it as a group. So you share the work with each other. You share the assignments with each other and you check each other's work. Now there's going to be one person who's going to be handing in the work on behalf of the group. This is the Scrum Master. So each sprint there is someone else in charge of the team, which is the Scrum Master. So they organize who does what. They lead the team meetings. They make sure that everybody has a chance to speak. And you hand in the work on behalf of the team, and you're also the person who speaks to me on behalf of the team. You also have the assistant who keeps everything organized, and the most important role, in my opinion, is the critical friend. So everybody has a critical friend. So if you're in a group with someone, then you're always going to have a critical friend, and you're always going to be a critical friend for somebody because you're always going to be checking each other's work and reminding each other of deadlines, being quality control. And also, if you're critical friends to somebody and they pull out at the last minute, you need to cover their work. Now, what you need to do for Monday is the following. You need to fill in this form. And for example, a critical friend is, you might need to add a line, but you can also be each other's critical friends. You write down the name of someone and then behind that, who's going to be their critical friend. Now here you fill in each member, you fill in their name, and then you fill in 2 things they're good at. For example, planning, organization, design, enthusiasm, biology, for example, and 2 things they're not so good at. So, for example, with me, I'm really good at planning, but I'm not so good at letting things go. I'm a bit of a control freak, so that would be my weakness. In your group, you also need to discuss, when do you say something is done? Because you're going to have 3 or 4 different people in your group, and they're all going to have different opinions of when something is done. So for one person, something is done when everything is filled in. For the other person, something is done when they've tried to fill it in, but they can leave it open. So you need to agree with each other. What are your definitions of done and what are your definitions of fun? And with fun, it is, how do you deal with each other? So letting the other person speak, don't shout at each other, don't call each other names, things like that. You're also going to have to put together a drive folder. The assistant or the secretary does this, and you're going to have to work in Trello. Now, all of this here is explained, but I've also already made an example thing. You go to Trello.com and you log in with your school Gmail. Then you click this plus and you create a team. Now, I've created a team called Example, which I'm in now. And then for sprint 1, I've created what is called a board, which is here, create a new board. Now, I hope that Trello responds and that it opens the board. So I've created a board with the other biology teachers. And you can see here that for every card that I need to do something, I've also created a card that I need to check it. Now I have the headers to do, busy, done, and need help. So I'm finished with the exercises of level 1. and Ms. Westerman is busy with the exercises of level 2, and Mr. Vestdijk is checking them, so when he's done checking them, he can put them here. But if Ms. Westerman gets stuck with the exercises, she can put it here under need help, and then her group members know that they need to help her, so the critical friend can contact her. The last one is Ms. Westerman. She's going to be essentially the person who hands in the work, which means that's going to be the last card. So you guys are going to be working together in these scrum boards. Now, I would love to have explained all of this to you guys in class. Try to get as much as possible done before Monday. If you can't, please take a deep breath, relax, don't freak out about it. We have a double lesson next week. I think it's Monday or Tuesday, and I'll have enough time to explain it to you. I will then explain what these are about, so don't worry about them before then, and don't think they have to be finished for a coming week. Keep safe, guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.